2 months. That would be 20th anniversary for the 9/11. How did you learn about it, and then like what do you think about the 9/11?
So in my high school history class, we actually watched some of the footage of 9/11.
I was not born yet. What I learned about 9/11 is that it was just two terrorists that came and bombed the Twin Towers and the Pentagon in New York.
Again, like I think it was super unnecessary.
It's a painful thing that happened, you know.
What could we do like to prevent that happening?
As citizens, we just need to respect the police a little more and recognize that they are here for our protection in a way.
Not metal.
I don't know if there's anything we could have done differently. Let me think about that for a second.
留学23系です。アメリカ留学生中継。今回ですね、今年の9月11日で実は同時多発テロの、911ってよく言われたりしますけど、もしくは9/11とか、今年で20周年あれから20年経つんですけど、実際にアメリカの学生さんにあれについてそもそもどういうふうに思ってるのかとか、学生さんによってはなんか今19歳とかでまだ生まれてない方とか、その同時多発テロの時に生まれてない方も結構いらっしゃったりするんで、20周年迎えてどういう気持ちで皆さんいるのかなっていうのをぜひインタビューしていきたいなと思います。インタビュー行く前にチャンネル登録お願いします。じゃあ聞いていきましょう。In 2 months, that would be 20th anniversary for the 9/11. Is it okay to say anniversary for that or? Okay.
Yeah.
So 20th anniversary for the 9/11. How old are you right now? Are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, so you were like
I was like
2 years.
about
Okay.
What happened? Yep.
How did you learn about it, and then like what do you think about the 9/11?
I guess like one thing I remember is my mom like trying to hide the TV from me and my siblings because she didn't want us to see all the horrible things that were happening. And then I'd kind of remember that we'd take like moments of silence in high school or in elementary school and middle school, but I hadn't really learned a lot about what had happened. So in my high school history class, we actually watched some of the footage of 9/11 and the news coverage, and just how I think that's what really changed how I looked at it, because I could actually see the actual footage and see just the daily news going on as normal, and then all of a sudden this scary thing happened. And so I think that definitely changed how I viewed it. I viewed it as something a little bit more real, not something I just heard about.
Yeah. Of course in school I heard about it and stuff, mostly though from my parents, just from the news and like kind of their own personal experience with it. They didn't like live anywhere near there. We're from Arizona, so not close, but yeah, again, like I think it was super unnecessary. That was kind of different in the way that it was like a terrorist group, not really a country attacking, which countries can't control people like that. I mean, countries can't control everyone in general, but in a sense that it was just kind of their own thing. But again, yeah, I don't think it was something that should have happened.
We're taught that it was terrible, that it was a terrorist attack, but also that it like brought our nation much closer after the events of it. Like everybody remembers where they were when 9/11 was occurring, and like it brought a lot of changes, like to safety measures that are taken in the United States, like especially in like airport security and things like that. That really boosted after the events of 9/11.
I mean, I remember like I think like my first like real memories about like the event of 9/11 are probably like a year or two after, you know, when they back when they would actually like show the footage on television and on the news. Like I remember seeing that. So that's like my initial memories of it. It's an upsetting situation, you know. It's a painful thing that happened, you know.
You're like how old are you right now?
I'm 19, so I was
not
you
were
born
not
yet.
Even wow.
I was not born yet. What I learned about 9/11 is that it was just two terrorists that came and bombed the Twin Towers and the Pentagon in New York, and that because of that I don't remember a ton of it, but because you don't learn a ton about it in history class because it like happened recently, but it's just that I think it was somebody in the Middle East that did that, and so it was like that we like started fighting them or something, and that we like tightened up security so that it wouldn't happen again. that it's just like it was a unifying thing that happened in our country that made us like stronger in some ways and like just try to protect ourselves more.
Okay. What could we do like to prevent that happening?
Ooh, to prevent it. I think the U.S. has actually done like a really good job after that with security-wise, hiring more people, training more people. But I also think that as citizens, we just need to respect the police a little more and recognize that they are here for our protection in a way. And of course, not all of them are good, and there's like bad anywhere you go. But just respecting it in the sense that they are there trying to help us.
Not meddle in the Middle East. I think that the U.S. did a lot to provoke that kind of aggression towards the West.
I don't know if there's anything we could have done differently, because I think it was something that caught America off guard. Like, it wasn't something we expected to happen, and so because of that, we've put a lot of things in place, obviously, with like airport security and different things. Let me think about that for a second. What else we could do? That's a good question. I think maybe like what I would say is continuing to like educate the youth about the things that happen. Obviously, like I was saying, for me it wasn't something that was super real, even though I was little at the time. And so I think it's hard for youth today because they weren't alive during that time, most of them. Oh, it's something that happened in the past, but it's probably not going to happen again because we're fine and we've kind of gotten things to a better spot. But I think it's important to remind youth that happened, and one of the ways we can improve that is to just be kind and loving to everyone.
いかがだったでしょうか。まあもちろんね、二度とあんなことが起こってほしくないって意見がやっぱ多かったですし、これからねどうやってそれを防ぐことができるか、なんかね教育とかをよくしていけば、そういうのがもっとね人をケアしたりとかリスペクトしたりとかでそういうのがなくなっていくんじゃないかなっていう意見が僕の中では結構印象的でした。まあ、他にもですね、なんかこういうインタビュー聞いてほしいとか、こういうトピックについて学生さんに聞いてほしいっていうのがあればぜひコメントをください。あとこの動画が良かったって方は高評価の方とチャンネル登録と通知ボタンですね、お願いします。じゃあ今回はこの辺でまたね、バイバイ。コスパ最強 BYU 留学のご紹介です。 BYU は大手企業への就職、格安な留学費用、英語初心者でも始められる留学です。ぜひ詳細は概要欄から確認ください。